Okay, we're going to try this again with this rainbow ship that is next to the sun, and it just so happens to look like the rainbow ship that we saw last night on the live webcam in Victoria, British Columbia. That's what it looked like to me when I saw this in the sky, and it was around the same time frame. It was like probably 4:30 something that the rainbow started appearing right next to the sun. And let me just say this right here. If I can, I'm going to find the picture. You can see me right now. Let's look at Gina, honey. Let them look at you. Okay, you can see it right here, you all. I don't know if I had audio the last time. I didn't know, so I had to end the video, and I didn't realize I had a lot of programs opened up on this OBS studio for those who were looking at me. Yeah, we have, okay, I see we got some people watching now. I'm going to put this right here. Try to get this out of my way so I can see these comments that are on here once they start showing up, you all. This rainbow signature, it's not a rainbow signature, it's an actual rainbow. Hello, Apple Brooks. It's an actual rainbow like orb. That's what I saw in the sky, because all of these clouds weren't here, and I was coming down the expressway, and it was of course, it was in the sky, in the western sky around 4 something. If I can't remember the exact time that I saw this. Let me look at my phone here. When I took that video, it was at 4:47 in the western sky. And I've uploaded that video to this YouTube channel, is what I've done. But when this first appeared, I could literally see that round shape. Let me put my, Gina, honey, watch what you're doing. I could literally see that that round shape that was right here with, and these clouds were not there. These clouds only showed up later, is when those clouds showed up a lot later in the sky. Let me see if I can, as long as I've got this to me, let's see if just me, what happens. Okay, you all, I know this looks kind of weird. My phone is a little bit too bright, and I got off to a bumpy start because I couldn't see my microphone. But when okay, that's a lot better for me. Just like that right there. When I did see that in the sky, I know I'm going to get there. I promise you, I'm going to get there. I'm going to get to what I'm supposed to be saying. When I saw it in the sky, this is what I was reminded of. Let me get to it. It was right here. I saw it next to the sun, and it looked just like this, you all. That's what it looked like in the sky when I saw that rainbow color, just like that. If we were to go here, Gina, honey, you got to get it going. So this right here, that's what I was reminded of, because it was at the same timestamp as the one that was on the live webcam from Canada, British Columbia. It was over here in the sky at that time, during that same timestamp, you all. And these clouds, they brought these clouds in really, really fast. Can you all hear me? Because I can't tell if I can be heard. Yeah, planet or something. It's the same type of signature, the same type of like a ship, rainbow ship, that was right next to the sun, as it was. Let me get it to right here, as it was yesterday, just like that right there. This one right here, this did have a rainbow signature, and it was wavy like that. And you know, the rainbow showed up on the ground is what it had done, just like it had done here. It was over here in the sky, and as the sun kept moving down, this kept moving over to the side. So that was exactly what this is what I was watching right there before the clouds came. You could see the dark ground, the blue in the dark ground. It was very beautiful, but I had nowhere to pull over during that time. And it was only while I was driving down the road, I had to hold my phone and film that in the western sky. Otherwise, I would not have got that little part right there that I had gotten, you all. Yeah, it's a ship. I think it's these ships, these massive planetary like ships. You can see it down here that we looked at yesterday. That's what I think it is. I really do. But I wanted to slow this down for you all. I want to move myself out of the way and slow this down so you all can see. Gina, honey, you got the wrong thing. You all, I got to click on the right property. I wanted to slow this down. So if I'm going to slow it down to 50% so you all can see it going slowly in the sky. There was no reason for that to be there. There really wasn't any reason. That looks like a ship, you all. I'm going to slow it down even more. Can you hear me? Let me slow it down to like 25%. I'm going to slow it down to 25%. Where did I go? Okay, I'm over here. I'm going to slow that down to like 25% because there is, I think there's a lot of things that can probably be seen. Did I just see, look down here. These aren't normal clouds. There's beings in these clouds down here. Let me slow it down even more. I want to slow it down to like 5%. Okay, it's going slow now. You can see. It might be going a little bit too slow, you all, but I wanted to see if we could see anything else. Let me move me out of the way. Well, I'm going to shrink me a little bit, just like shrink myself, because there really was nothing going on this area. It was over here where something was going on, and down here. Let me show you this. Let's look down underneath here, because I want to see what's under these clouds. Okay, you can see what's in the clouds. Something's in the clouds. The clouds aren't empty. And up here, what's that supposed to be right here? This is not like a normal chemtrail or anything of that nature. It really isn't. I think it's like you like the pretty sparkly leaves on the tree in the background. They can come. They're coming in like that, you all. No, that's too. It's going way too slow. You look at. You can see these straight edges. I think I said sometime last week that there were cube-like things in the sky, in the clouds. Look at this. This is way too solid to be a cloud or anything. It really is. Let me speed this back up because I think that might be going a tad bit too slow, you all. We just speed it up. We speed it up to 25%. So you can see that. I might even like shrink it down some because I was excited when I saw it. I really was. And then something happened. Is what happened. Something happened. I know I'm moving this a lot. But I just wish they would not have came in and brought these clouds and covered up that rainbow ship. That's what I didn't like. They came in and they covered it up. Yeah, I've got to shrink this back to where it was because it's a little far out there. I apologize. It's not too good of a manners to do that, but I did it. And you know what was really strange is like an hour or so afterward, when the sun had went down even further, this right here could not be seen, but on both sides of the sun, you could see that little bitty, you could see that little bitty faint rainbow signature. Look at this is windows in here. That, no, where is this at right here? Because, let me get there. I think that was, windows of a ship right in that area. If this will go there. I'm trying to see it. If I look over here on this other side of the screen, it's because my screen is not as positioned right. I think that these are windows right here. There's beings looking out right in this area. Can you all see them? I know that this screen may look very big on your end. Actually, it looks really big on my end. This is a high graphic computer, and everything looks a lot bigger. And yeah, this is right before I did that live video tonight. I did a live video. I pulled over on the interstate of I-65 going northbound in Henryville, and I filmed the sunset. If you didn't get to see the video, it's on here. It's only like around 13 minutes long. But it was really, really interesting because of the colors. When the sun went down, it was a very tan looking color in the sky. And it wasn't until it got even further that those reddish orange colors came out. See, this shouldn't be there, but I really think it was like, this is like a great big massive ship over here on the side, and or like you said, a planetary like object is what I think it looks like. Something like this right here. This right here, you all. Something like that. To the side right there. That's what I think it was, because it had a rainbow signature. And if you're able to see down here at this little rainbowy, this is what is seen in the sky next to the sun. It's this curvature, it's these colors. It's like that rainbow bar graph is seen in the sky next to the sun, just like if we can get to it, just like right there. And they covered it up. They didn't want nobody to look at it. They really didn't. It was pretty. It was very, very pretty to look at, you all. If I do say so myself. It was exciting. Hello. Oh, you caught me alive, and you know what? I got off to a bumpy start is what happened. A very bumpy start. Because I couldn't see my microphone on here, and I put a stop to my very first live video because I couldn't see my microphone thing down here on this studio. But look down here. These right here aren't normal clouds because they literally look like they're ships. They do. Like a little white long ships that are layered upon one another right in that area. So yeah, so if you have not, let me flip this back to me. If you haven't seen, let me come over here to something. I hope this is on me, you all. I really do, because if you haven't come over to, let's go here, Gina, honey. What? You all, I'm trying to get to where I wanted to go, and I'm gonna get there. You just wait one moment, and we're gonna go there. I wanted to show you. What right there, this was the sunset right before that. Oh man, it doesn't have 720. This was the sunset. It stayed tan in the sky is what it did. Tan in the sky first. Oopsie. I don't know where I'm at on my video, you all. I have no idea. I'm trying to watch these comments on here, and okay, I can see myself. Yeah. So yeah, this was it was very interesting, the colors that were being displayed. And you know that that's not normal. It really isn't. It's just like can you all still hear me, cuz I can't tell if you can hear me or not. But this was around 7, I guess. I don't know what time it is now. If you haven't seen that live video, look at that. The sky was a mess. I mean, the colors were beautiful. It was kind of like a little artsy looking thing. But still, it was wild looking. It's like, why you got to bring all those clouds over there to the sky like that is what it's like. Yeah. Well, if my hair looks good tonight, if my hair looks good tonight, it's because I washed it. That's why. That's kind of funny. Yeah. It is getting longer, though. I haven't trimmed it, not too much of it at all, is what I haven't done. I try to let it grow a tad bit in the winter time, but thank you. And the sun is bleaching my hair. Every time I go outside, the sun makes my hair lighter because I spend so much time outside, you all. But look at that sky. Isn't that wild looking? It is so wild. And it's certainly not normal. It is not normal at all, you all. Well, it's true. I did. I washed my hair. I didn't comb it because I can just run my fingers through my hair. Yeah. And by the time I got home this evening, the sun was already rising up in the eastern sky, is what happened, you all. But those colors, they were literally, I am having a hot flash. I got to get this jacket off. I got to get it off while you all watch that video. And you're sitting here looking at it. I've got to get a drink of water. Yeah. Okay, I'm still here, you all. You saw those unusual colors where you're at too? Yeah, it was cold. Okay, our temperature, it has gotten cold all of a sudden, is what it's gotten here. It's probably going to get down to probably 50 degrees tonight or 40. Okay, no, let's pause that, you all. Can we pause that? I want to go back and look at that because I think maybe there were some ships right there. I really think maybe there might have been. I want to go just a tad bit slow if we can pause right there. Yeah, I think these might be little bitty ships, even though they're clustered in there. But you can't really see it that well. Yeah, look at that. I think that they are literally cloaked in these clouds. One night, well, I've uploaded a video. You could see them really, really well. The whole entire sky was layered in them. And I don't want to go, I don't want to take up too much of your time tonight. I don't want to see this. Why do you want to put that up here? Okay, you all, we got rid of that. So let's look at this. It just kept getting like that, you all. And you know, this is a cool place. The Amish have their sheds up here on the corner of this expressway. It's a perfect place for the Amish to, you know, advertise their sheds. And they can make a shed in literally practically one day at the most, too, for their basic sheds. They make those sheds so fast and expert workmanship in their work. Look at that sky, you all. That is like, those colors. It's like a piece of art. If you'd like to have that type of artwork in your class, in your home, but it does. It looks so messy up there. And I don't know why they got to make it that messy. You know, I think that I think these areas right here are like 3D. I really do. And I think that it's like, it appears dark, but if this was to be inverted, I think that you could see beings in here. I really do, in between the white, like this is a head or something right there, you all. Hello. Hello, you all. So I was just showing some of this sunset tonight that I took a picture of off the interstate of I-65 going north toward Indianapolis. Look at that. Look at that red. Now, you know that is not normal. See this red, wait a minute. That is the color red right there. And then there's the orange. So do you think that that red planet thing is still up here while the sun is down here? Because you can see that red. Yeah. Let's look at this. And I don't know if you all got to look at that AI stuff about the algorithms, but I tell you what, that guy's right on the money, and he's got all kinds of videos on there, and he's it's like him and Mr. Musk have the same message more or less, but this guy has a even more message that he's been talking about, and I do believe that all those movies and stuff are just even adding more to what's coming, and it's something else. It really is. Hello there, O Rider. Yes, hello everyone. If you're just tuning in, I had just done a live video right off the interstate of this sky because it was so wild looking. And Gina, honey, no, they don't want to look at you. Don't want to look at it that close up, y'all. That's way too close, even for me. It's way too close. It is way too close, you all. Let me shrink this down. Let me shrink this down. I want to come back here to this green screen. This is Gina, honey. That was not right. Yeah, this is what I was. This is what I was looking at earlier in the sky. You could clearly see. I literally could see the arch, the like curvature right here. Until all of these clouds came in, I could see the background of the sky, the blueness of the sky. That's a ship. Until they brung all these clouds in all of a sudden. And then they literally, it wasn't long till the whole entire sky was covered up. And you couldn't see that rainbow area at all anymore. They covered it completely up. And I know you've seen it yourself in the sky. Oh my goodness, you all. Yes. I'm getting tired. I did not sleep well. I read something last night and it was so unsettling to my spirit. I thought, why did I even read that? I don't want that type of a future. I do not. And it took me a long time to fall asleep last night. And it wasn't about the video that I shared this morning. It was something else that I read, and I thought I shouldn't have read it because it was very unsettling in my spirit. Because then I thought, why does somebody even want to go buy big investments? Why would anybody want to do stuff like that if that was the type of future that we had to look forward to? And I thought it was awful. Then I thought, well, what if I had to go flee on my feet? What if I had to take my bug out bag and I had to go run away on my feet and just try to get away? I thought about that too. And then I thought, what about everybody else? How are they going to get away? I was thinking about all these things. Because your mind can start running. Once you read something, your mind can run with it. I am looking right here, right in the center in that green area. I really think that, I think there's something in that green area. Yes, you just, yeah, I was trying to look in this one spot of that video, like right here in the center of that green. I was trying to see what could I see in there because I can see a lot in there. And that's what I was just trying to look at. Susan B., honey, it is. That's why we cannot get caught up in it. I think one day at a time is the best mode going forward. One day at a time, one step at a time, because we cannot do anything about tomorrow. We can only worrying doesn't change things, and it's good to be aware, but we need to know what we can change and what we can't change. I think that's where we need to focus on the things we can change and the things we have no control over, and we got to make the best of it. We got to have the wisdom to know the difference. So yeah. You all know what? Did anyone go and get any warm clothing? Did anybody on here wash your clothing or anything like that? I know this. I shouldn't be talking about this with this rainbow in the sky, but did anybody do that? Hello. Yeah, the human spirit absolutely does live. Um, was anyone able to go out and go through their winter clothes and things like that? You all, let me make myself a tad bit bigger. I want to be bigger on here because I really do want to be bigger. Was anybody able to do that? Um, yeah, I only went through a little bit of stuff. I went through a little bit of stuff, you all, is what I had done. And yeah, I think so too. I think it's beautiful rainbow colors. Um, oh, you got warm clothes on right now. You know that jacket I had on right there? I actually picked that up today. I went to stop by a thrift store. I thought I'm going to stop by this thrift store. It is a 100% wool. And you know that wool, even when it's wet, it will keep you warm. So I picked that up today, 100% wool. It was like $5.99. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to get it. So yeah, I'm going to show you what it looks like, you all. Let me try that on for you all, because you didn't see how the rest of it went. And do you got time for me to try that on, even though we're sitting here watching this rainbow? I got to try it on for you. Let me do that. I'm going to flip this. I'm going to put this back to this. Let's see. Can you watch just the screen? No, you can't watch just the screen, Gina, honey, because you mess it up. I want to try that on. I got to put my camera up a little bit more. I want to try that on for you all to see, so you all can see it. So you just wait right there. I want to show you how it looks. We're going to do some modeling. That's what we're going to do, some modeling. If I can get my camera to work. Let me see. Can my camera? No, that's a little bit too tall, Gina, honey. I'm trying to get myself situated here so you all can see. Yes, we can see it. Okay, let me push my chair out of the way. So this is the jacket right here. It's like it's somebody called J. Percy, Marvin Richards. I don't know who it was, but all I saw is I felt the material is what I did. I felt the material. So it's a small, and I'm gonna model it for you all. We're gonna turn around and we're gonna model this just like this. It's even got a zipper that you all hear me? We got, you like to try clothes on for people. Or when you buy people clothes, you want them to try them on. You ever do that? Your mom said, well, go in there and let me see what that looks like. Or you tell your spouse that, or your child. So look at this. So this is how it fits. So it's literally, it's just my shape. It's got these zipper pockets. Can you hear me? Yes, it is. And it's wool. And wool is a very good clothing if you're not allergic to it. My daughter goes, well, of course, Mom, it's going to be warm when it's wet, because the sheep don't get cold when they have all that wool on them, you all. But yeah, this was I actually picked it up at the thrift store today for $5.99. But you can't dry it in the dryer, so you all, this is yeah. And you know what? I'm not ashamed to tell you that I will go to a thrift store and I will get something like this to wear, you all. Yes. Yes, it is. eBay. Well, you can't try it on eBay, you all. You can't. Let me, now I gotta lower my, thing right here. I gotta lower my camera. I'll be right back. So we just now I gotta put this camera back on my computer, you all. So I'm almost there. I'm almost here. So now, wasn't that fun? Oh my gosh, you all, that was fun. It really was. I don't model it for anybody else, so you all got to see me model. Yeah. Oh yeah, so you all, we're sitting here looking at That probably looked really small on your screen. I guess I didn't make myself bigger. That's okay. That's right, Sky Blue. You get the best for your money. Some people think they're too good. They really do. But that's okay. I don't. I don't. I didn't grow up with much, so I don't really need much. I really don't. Didn't grow up with anything fancy. I was just thankful to have clothes on my body, shoes on my feet, roof over my head, and food to eat. And LOVE, the most important. Yeah. Ah. Well, I just so happened to be in the right place at the right time for that to show up in the sky. If you're just watching. Yeah. Scotty boy, I don't know what you're talking about. When skinning them, the linoleum ruins the meat. I don't know what you're talking about, Scotty boy. I guess I'm not in on a conversation at all. Of course, I don't do nothing with the sheep. I know the Amish near us, they raise sheep, but they raise sheep for people out of state also here in Indiana. Bang, bang, mucka bang, you're here. Yeah. So, yeah, you all can see this. This is a normal, it's in the sky, and it really reminded me of that great big spherical ship that was next to the sun. There was like 3 of them, but this one was like a planetary size, and it was bigger than the sun. Yeah. Yeah, the moon is almost full. Oh, cold lamb sandwiches. Yeah. Um, yeah, you are. I don't know how long I've been on here, but I am getting so tired. I'm getting tired. I'm gonna go, you all, but I want to thank you for being on here. And you don't know what's going to happen, but sometimes it's okay to be human. It's okay to just talk and be yourself. You all can be yourself. I can be myself. It's all right. It's not always serious with me. It isn't. Even though I'm a serious person. Yeah. Yeah. I'm getting thirsty. I got to go get me some more water to drink. But I do want to say, I want thank you all for spending your time on here with me. And hopefully this opened your eye to what was in the sky that they're covering up. There is definitely something up there. There's some like large planetary like object. And there are ships up there. Someone said there's like 2 or 3 large ships up there by the sun. And I heard something about by the moon too. There was something showing up by the moon. Yes, that's right, Susan B. TV, O'Rider. Love you all too. Yes, I would encourage you to be true to yourself. Okay, you can't go wrong when you're that way. You can't. So with that being said, hello wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello from my heart to yours. Love you, and thank you once again for being on here. And thank you, moderators, for all that you do. And I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your evening.